Today we're diving into one of the most ambitious and overlooked armored vehicles ever designed by the U.S. Army Ordnance Department. The project that began as the T-28 Super Heavy Tank, later redesignated as the 105mm gun motor carriage T-95. It was a vehicle of extremes: enormous weight, massive firepower, virtually impregnable front armor, but also heavy drawbacks. In this script we'll trace its origin, design, features, trials and eventual cancellation, unpacking why a machine that looked unstoppable on paper never made it to battle. Let's begin by setting the stage. It's 1943-44, World War II rages on. The U.S. Army is planning an invasion of Europe and anticipating stiff German fortifications, especially the dreaded Siegfried Line. The Ordnance Department speculated that to breach such defenses, they might need a tank unlike anything seen before: super heavy, virtually immune to enemy fire, able to smash through bunkers and fortifications. From that concept emerges what would become the T-28. MilitaryFactory.com+2. The initial designation: Heavy Tank T-28. Its role: an assault vehicle intended to lead breakthroughs. But as design evolved, the vehicle became less of a conventional turreted tank and more of a casemate self-propelled gun, because of the fixed main armament. In March 1945 it was redesignated as the 105mm gun motor carriage T-95. Then in June 1946 it was again redesignated Super Heavy Tank T-28. Wiki.warthunder.com+2. Let's talk numbers and design because this thing was monstrous. Fully loaded it weighed about 95 short tons, roughly 86 tons, and measured 11.1 meters long, 4.39 meters wide and 2.84 meters tall. Its frontal armor reached up to 305 millimeters, 12 inches thick, remarkable for the time. It had no rotating turret. The main gun was fixed in the hull with limited traverse, about plus or minus 11 degrees, and elevation from minus 5 degrees to plus 19.5 degrees. Wikipedia +2, Tank Encyclopedia +1, MilitaryFactory.com +1. Its firepower: a 105mm T-5E1 gun, originally derived from an anti-aircraft piece, chosen for its ammunition's ability to defeat concrete fortifications as well as armor. Secondary armament was limited: just a Browning .50 calories heavy machine gun mounted atop the casemate. Tank Encyclopedia +1, MilitaryFactory.com. Mobility: that's where things get tricky. The power plant was a Ford GAF V8 gasoline engine producing around 500 horsepower. But with the weight of nearly 95 tons, the power-to-weight ratio was extremely low. Some sources cite around 5.8 horsepower ton, and top speed was about 8 to 13 km/h, 5.8 miles per hour. The suspension used an unusual configuration: broad tracks arranged side by side, and for rail transport the two outer track units were removable. That unusual design underlined the degree to which this vehicle was not a typical mobile tank. Tank Encyclopedia +1, amps-armor.org +1. So, in essence, heavy machine, fortress buster gun, tank-like armor, but limited mobility and no turret. Why did the U.S. Army even pursue this concept? Because in their minds, they were sizing up the possibility of invading deeply entrenched Europe or Japan, defeating heavily defended positions, and the idea of a conventional tank might fall short. The T-28 T-95 was their answer to the breakthrough monster. MilitaryFactory.com +1. But the timing and context conspired against it. By the time the prototypes were available, end of 1945 into 1946, the war in Europe was over, and in the Pacific the priority changed. The strategic environment shifted and the utility of such a slow, massively heavy vehicle became questionable. Trials at places such as Aberdeen Proving Ground and Yuma Proving Ground revealed serious problems. The engine fire at Yuma in 1947 damaged one prototype heavily, and the second prototype remained immobile and impractical.